What we got here today is a 54-inch polished brass Casablanca Panama Gallery ceiling fan. This is a pretty late one here from 2014. Unfortunately, this is the model that is manufactured by Hunter after Hunter bought out Casablanca sometime. I forget when, 2011 or 2012, I think is when that happened. Might have been later on, I really don't know. But I can tell you right now, the build quality of this fan versus the original Panama 2 is definitely a downgrade. Everything's stamped steel instead of cast parts like they do with the motor housings and the switch housings and such. But this is still a decent fan nonetheless. The fan uses a 188 millimeter motor. The blade pitch, I would say, is around 13 degrees. The fan is remote controlled. Unfortunately, I do not have, it's not being used on the original remote control system because the fan, of course, didn't have the remote. So basically, I got a Hampton Bay or Home Depot special remote control system that just has 3 fan speeds and dimming lights. But I know for a fact that the fan is no longer reversible because the remote had that function on it with the original remote control system. This one does not have that option. But thankfully, the fan is set to downdraft because the fan has a reversing module in the switch housing. And so thankfully, the last time it was used on downdraft, so it's just stuck on downdraft. You can't put it in updraft anymore unless you get the factory remote control for it. But regardless, we'll go ahead and start it up. So here's the light. The glass, I'm not sure is what would have came on this fan originally because I know that the same glass was used on some other fans that came, in this deal. Like I said, this is one of the 7 fans I got for free along with the Ventura that I just videoed. And this glass was actually used on a lot of the Concentra fans, which were from 2004. So who knows, this might have been a later model replacement, and they just reused the glass to match. I really have no idea what the deal is. So the light is dimmable. You gotta do just hold down the remote, and the light will dim. And we'll go ahead and start it up on low. It's pretty surprising that this fan from 2014 was available in a polished brass finish like this because polished brass is, pretty much went by the wayside around 2010, if I were to guess, in favor of brushed nickel. It seemed like the only fan, you know, big box showroom fan, or not real showroom, but store big box hardware store fan that either is or was. I'm not sure what the deal is now, but the Hampton Bay Landmark was like the last polished brass fan to be made. And I think brass is actually coming back as a new fashion trend, but it's like more like a satin brass or whatever. I'm not really too much of an expert on those modern fans, so my expertise is definitely lacking. But for this fan here, the low speed is about average. I'm sure that just the original control plate either had a 4 or 5 speed, so it probably would have been a lot slower. So we'll take it to medium. Yeah, the way the speeds are on this fan, definitely a 4-speed control would be a lot more better suited for a slow or low. As you can see, medium's more like a medium high. And we'll take it too high. And blades are bent out of whack a little bit. All these fans were assembled. They're thrown in the back of a pickup truck when I found them, so you'll get that. Pretty easy fix. You know, unfortunately, this fan uses those stupid grommets that Hunter likes to use, so it's going to be a bit more difficult to realign, but it's possible. Show you what the light looks like on again. Dim it all the way up to full brightness. And we'll go and watch the fan coast. Yeah, for what this fan is, even though the build quality is definitely less than what it was on the original Panama series, but it's still a decent fan for what it is. You know, I personally wouldn't have gone, went out of my way to get one, but like I said, I got all these for free, so all I had to do was find a new mounting bracket because it was missing the mounting bracket, and of course it uses those Hunter triangular ball socket wobble resistant hanging system. So I had to find a new mounting bracket and of course get the new remote control system for it so it can work. But that's all the money I sank into this fan. I'm sure you could have got a different blade options as well with these, since these are still a showroom kind of fan. There goes my furnace. It's got a good spin down. Bearings are still good in shape on this fan, of course, since it's only 6-7 years old. It's not that old, really. One thing pretty interesting is the design of the blade irons. They kind of almost look reminiscent of the old school Hunter original seat brackets, but of course it has the center bar that, what Casablanca fans are known for. They're kind of a little bit wider because the blade screws are more, centrally located instead of being toward the outside like normal blade irons. So I guess that's why they had to design the blade irons that way, so that they didn't have to make a blade set specific for this fan, I guess for cost cutting measures. And there we go. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video on this 54-inch Casablanca Panama Gallery ceiling fan from 2014. So thanks for watching, and I do hope you enjoyed this video. And like always, we'll be seeing you next time.